Published, 1844 Eastern Daylight Saving Time, the 17th of March 2018. Updated, 2029 Eastern Daylight Saving Time, the 17th of March 2018. The RSPCA have said the number of runners in races at Cheltenham should be reviewed after 6 horses were fatally injured at last week's festival. The British Horse Racing Authority, who announced a review on Friday, confirmed they would be liaising with the RSPCA and World Horse Welfare, 17 horses now having been lost at the festival in the last 3 years. Simplan was one of 3 horses to suffer fatal injuries in the Grand Annual Chase. 3 of the 4 horses which died on Friday, Dresden, North Hill, Harvey and Simplan, suffered their injuries while running in the 22-runner Grand Annual Chase. Mossbank and Report to Base on Tuesday and Sands End also Friday were the other horses to suffer fatal injuries. RSPCA equine consultant David Muir suggested it would be appropriate to conduct a review similar to that carried out in 2012 on Aintree and after a string horse fatalities in the Grand National. That led to a new design of unique Aintree fences which has had a marked improvement on safety with no equine fatalities in the race since their introduction. Muir conceded identifying issues at Cheltenham would not be as easy. He added, "It is going to be a lot more difficult, but we cannot simply carry on having this sort of number of horses fatally injured on a racecourse without at least making the effort to look at everything." Cointizard celebrated long into the night after Native River fulfilled his lifetime ambition. It has to be comprehensive and specifically numbers of runners may come into it. At the Cheltenham Festival, there are a high number of horses over an awful lot of fences. How we manage that is very difficult. One, after jockey Richard Johnson was suspended for 7 days and fined £6,550 for breaching whip regulations on Gold Cup winner Native River, Muir also called for further change to the whip rules. He said, "We believe the use of the whip and the term encouragement needs to be clearly defined, and our view is that the whip should only be used for safety and correction." The RSPCA call for a review was echoed by World Horse Welfare, who said in a statement, "None of these fatalities can be accepted as a byproduct of the sport. We acknowledge that racing will never be risk-free, but it is vital that any fatality is fully investigated and that wherever steps are taken to reduce the likelihood of such tragedies occurring." Responding, Robin Mounsey, head of media for the BHA, said, "We will be meeting next week to discuss how we are going to proceed with a review of the festival, but as part of this process we will be consulting with relevant stakeholders, which includes recognized welfare organizations such as the RSPCA and World Horse Welfare." Meanwhile, Gold Cup winning trainer Cointizard has revealed he celebrated long into the night after Richard Johnson-ridden Native River fulfilled his lifetime ambition. The 62-year-old Dorset-based former dairy farmer, who went to his first Gold Cup age at 17, said, "We stayed at Cheltenham until they chucked us out and would paid for all the champagne, then we came back home and it was amazing. I stayed at the pub until 1 a.m. and then I went back home and watched reruns until 3 a.m. because I didn't want to go to bed. I wanted to watch it again. It's a dream come true for all of us, for everyone that works around the yard, and we're all really proud of what he's done." Tizard confirmed everything would be geared taking Native River back to Cheltenham to defend his crown next year as a fresh horse. He said, "I don't think we will run him again this year. Everything for the rest of his life will be geared around trying to win another Gold Cup, not trying to win a King George, as I don't think that would suit him. Whether he has 1 or 2 runs or 3 runs before, I don't know."